is it possible that she might actually be black? And the best way that I know how to describe this, and I want to be very careful here, because I don't want to say that it is equivalent to the transgender experience, but there is a useful language in trans and cis, which is just to say some of us are born cisgendered, some of us are born transgendered, but I wonder, can it be that one would be cis black and trans black? That there is actually a different category of blackness that is about the achievement of blackness despite one's parentage. Is that possible?
Is that possible? All right, folks, welcome aboard the Wednesday edition of the Steve Malzberg Show on this day after the NBA Championship Series ends. I know Roland Martin and I will get into that a little bit at the end. And congratulations to the Golden State Warriors, who I was pulling for. And for the self-proclaimed best player on the face of the earth, LeBron James, I guess it's wait until next year. As far as the controversy surrounding Rachel Dolezal, it goes on and on and on. Revelations today of a sex tape that reportedly she claims her former black husband made her make, forced her to make against her will. Also reports she might be getting a reality TV show. So it goes on and on and on. But Roland Martin, host of News One Now, News One host, joins us. Of course, Roland, smartin.com. You can check him out there. Hello, sir.
What's up, Steve?
What's up? Well, you know what? It just goes on and on and on and on with this woman. Another day, another interview, more revelations. Where's it going to end?
Hell if I know. Maybe it's going to end when she goes back to being white. This is, matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to just do this here. I think for the purpose of this interview, I think you should now become a black man. I should become a white man. And then we can just go ahead and just flip like a switch. We could just change identities. This is absurd. It's absurd to even entertain conversations about, well, could somebody be this kind of black, a new kind of black? It's dumb. It's dumb.
Well, why does when you hear Melissa Harris Perry say this, what goes through your mind?
I think this is what happens when people in academic try their best to come up with a rational solution or a rational explanation to what is an irrational person. At the end of the day, for this woman to say that, oh, beginning at the age of 5, I mean, I was black. I was playing with brown crayons. Yeah, but when you decide to sue Howard, you got real white real fast. I mean, it's just dumb. And that's the deal. Anybody asking a question, just simply say, so you were black since you were 5. But then all of a sudden when you sued Howard,
right, you're white.
Because you're white. So please tell me how that happened. How did you go ding, 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 ding? I mean, logic does not apply to this woman. And I'm sick of these people defending her, explaining her away. No, she's not black. I don't care about the work. That's separate. There are white people on the board of the NAACP who do some phenomenal things. And you know what? They'll tell you they're white. This woman is deranged and she needs professional help. That's what she needs.
She's now saying she can't prove that her biological parents are her biological parents.
So again, no. Okay, this is where, when you're giving an interview, you're really trying your best to conduct. That's when you go. Can you repeat what you just said? Do you know how nuts you sound? Well, I can't really prove who was in. No, actually, you can. We don't have to prove who was actually in the hospital room. It's a thing called DNA. And if you got your mama's DNA and your daddy's DNA, guess what? You are their kid. I'm telling you.
I want you to hear what Michael Eric Dyson said the other day, I guess on MSNBC. Let's listen and watch.
Now, I understand people getting upset on the black side, on the white side, saying, look, just be who you are and still stand up for what you stand up for. I get that, Ed. But on the other hand, you know, those of us who talk about race as a social construct, that it's more complicated. Bill Clinton is the first black president, though he didn't try to claim he was black. It means that she may not be African-American, but she certainly could be black in a cultural sense. She's taken on the ideas, the identities, the struggles. She's identified with them. I bet a lot more black people would support Rachel Dolezal than would support, say, Clarence Thomas.
You believe a lot more black people would support this woman than Clarence Thomas?
There will be African Americans who take issue with Clarence Thomas. There will be individuals who will say that I greatly disagree with him on positions. What is he talking about? I would love to question him on his views of affirmative action, where he said it's really because you're made to feel bad by your white colleagues. I'm like, dude, that's a self-esteem issue. That ain't anything else. But you're gonna have that. But forget your stand on issues. Forget what you believe in. Okay, I don't care. It doesn't make you black.
Right. So you're saying,
yeah, Steve, I could be the most ardent supporter of Israel. I could be the biggest fighter against anti-Semitism. You name it, but I can't walk around saying I'm Jewish. I'm not.
You could be, though. You could convert.
Yes, but here's the deal, though. And here's the deal. Precisely. I could convert to the Jewish faith, but I can't call myself a Jewish person. And that's what's crazy. So, yes, Rachel, you can identify with the struggle of African Americans. You can fight for those issues. Howard Zinn was one of the supporters, one of the early advisors to the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. There were people who were white who marched with Dr. King and who were close advisors. But Stanley Levinson, guess what? He was like this with Dr. King, but he was still a white guy who's also a Jewish guy. I mean, this is just dumb. And I'm tired of all of these academic people who are so smart. I mean, you can be so smart when you turn dumb.
Well, so this is completely different than a 45-year-old man, or in the case of Jenner, a 60-something-year-old man deciding I'm a woman when you got the body of a man.
That's look, Dr. Jeffrey Gardner, head of my TV One show, News One Now, he said that is a classification, a category that has actually been determined. There is no transracial, sans racial, sans black, whatever. It doesn't exist. And this is just dumb. So I wish all these black folks would stop jumping around, trying to dance around this whole thing and trying to explain away. No, she's a fraud. She's a liar. That's what she is. She is making things up as she goes along.
And if she gets a reality TV show out of this, are black people going to watch it?
If they are, they're nuts. So they might as well call. Actually, there's no need for this because that was a movie called Soul Man that was done in the 80s. So we pretty much got that covered.
Yeah, well, and do you think you say if they watch, they're nuts? But do you think do you think blacks and whites will watch her show if there is one?
Oh, we'll watch it. It's the train wreck, the proverbial train wreck. But I'm telling you right now, if she gets a show, I am going to be the whitest white man in America. I am turning white. I'm gonna have a high credit score. I am gonna forget it. I'm gonna be so white. You're going to say, wow, Roland's transformation, he has now become transracial.
If she gets a show. All right, quickly. Were you on board with the MVP choice for the finals? Yes,
because Iguodala, that totally changed the series. Golden State, remember, Steph Curry couldn't make a shot. Green was out of his mind. He didn't know he was talking to himself on the court. That team was absolutely out of whack. Putting Iggy in the starting lineup changed the entire series. It's called the most valuable player. You don't put him in the starting lineup, Golden State, they are not celebrating the Larry O'Brien trophy.
And what about, quickly, we have 30 seconds, what about those who say if it weren't for LeBron, Cleveland would lose every game by 60 points?
Well, here's the deal. That's why you play the game. But Cleveland got hurt because Kyrie Irving was out for the season and Kevin Love. Right. Simple as that. Just like my Rockets were hurt by Patrick.
I was going to say, wait till next year in your Rockets. Hey, Roland, great to talk to you, sir.
I appreciate it, my fellow black man.
There you go.
Black brothers now. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. All right, Roland Martin. Folks, up next, Hewitt, syndicated talk show host. But first, hey, Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. That's right. This luxury cruise aboard the Silver Wind is the trip of a lifetime. To win, you need to enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes to enter. It's that easy. Newsmax.com/sweepstakes. We're coming back.